All right, joining us on Blitz is Sammy Brown, five-star athlete that recently committed to Clemson. Sammy, thank you so much for being on Blitz, man. Let's talk about, I can't believe your senior year is already here. What are some of the goals that you set out to accomplish for yourself? And then as a team, what are the things that you guys have set out to do?
Individually, I just kind of want to build on last year. I dealt with a couple injuries last year, so really just kind of building on the skills that I developed last year, and really going into detail on refining the small things and making sure that I'm playing at the best I can. Stat-wise, I want 150 tackles, over 1,000 yards on offense. So, definitely want to stack up the stat sheet. And, as a team, we just want to come together as a brotherhood and make sure that we're really bonding throughout the season and that we're enjoying the whole process, especially the seniors. It's the last ride. It's the last time we're going to be able to do this. So we just want to make sure that we enjoy the whole thing and come together. And, with that comes the opportunity for a great run and a great season.
Yeah, and this team is unlike most others that it seems like no matter what you lose in terms of talent year in and year out, a new crop just comes up and you sort of lock and reload. Talk about how this team is able to do that, how this program is able to just next man up mentality.
Jefferson has a great school that's filled with a bunch of athletes, so we're able to bring in some of those athletes. We're able to get in some basketball players this year to come play DB for us, so we were very fortunate to do that. But we've got a lot of young people on our team that are going to have to step up, a bunch of sophomores and juniors that are going to have to step up into those roles that we lost last year. So it's going to be good to see them develop through the year, and I think that they'll be able to do it.
Absolutely. And last year's team, well documented. You guys finished strong before going into the playoffs and able to secure the region title. But you overcame so much adversity on and off the field for Jefferson. How does overcoming that adversity, how does that change who this team is and the DNA of this team?
We definitely had a different mentality during the latter part of the season, and I think the best thing to do is just carry that over. We kind of died out there at the end, but those last few games of the regular season, we came together and we by God, we're going to hit you in the mouth. So that's kind of the mindset that I want us to have this year, and I'm definitely going to make sure the defense has that, but hopefully we can get the offense on that track too.
Yeah, so that segues perfectly where I want to go next. What gets you going the most? Is it Sammy Brown making a monster hit on the defensive side of the ball, maybe that pops the ball loose, or is it like breaking one of your runs that goes in for 6?
I like the big hits. The big runs make me more tired than they do hype. So I like the big hits. We had a scrimmage this morning and Keelan had a big hit on somebody, so that definitely got me going and kind of set the tone for the whole scrimmage.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the honor of being National Athlete of the Year. That's a tremendous honor to be able to play at such a high level in football, wrestling, and track and field. Talk about how all those three sort of play off each other and make you better in each of those three sports.
Yeah, everything I do is for football, but they definitely have their individual skills. I think that with wrestling, you definitely get that mentality that you're just going to go to work and you're gonna do whatever it takes, and then you also get the leverage and the moving places that you wouldn't always move in football. So it definitely gives you that bend as well, and then in track you get that opportunity to just get your top speed right, make sure that you've got the right form and everything else. But all the sports that I do are kind of centered to making you better at football, indirectly.
Yeah, and how do you do that at such a high level while also making sure your body doesn't break down?
You definitely have to put a lot of recovery into it. Ice baths are your best friend, but I make sure that I take my breaks in between. Between football and wrestling, I'll take a week and a half break just to make sure that my body's recovered and that I can reload going into the next sport. But definitely recovery, and that's gonna get even better as you get into college and stuff.
Yeah, and so speaking of college, you were able to make that decision before your senior year to go to Clemson, which is incredible for you. Again, a 5-star linebacker, #1 in the country. Talk about what that was like to get that over with before your senior year. How awesome was that?
It's definitely a huge sigh of relief and a big weight off my shoulders. I was definitely excited to commit, but even more excited to get it over with, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was it about? I know they have an incredible program there at Clemson with Dabo, but what was it that maybe he said or that team was selling you that you were like, this is the place I want to be for the next 4 years?
On my official visit, I just kind of felt like everything came together. I felt like it was God's will for me to go there. I had a gut feeling about it, and everything's lined up for me there. It's going to be a great opportunity to play under some great coaches, and Coach Batson, the weight room coach, was my dad's coach back in the day. So I have a good opportunity there, and I'm just excited for it.
Cool. Well, congratulations on all your success, and hope for an incredible year for you.
Yes, sir.